For the past 3 years, since 1997, we've been working with Keighley Big Local to find, fund and support social entrepreneurs. We know that there are people out in the community who've got enterprising ideas to real problems, and we know that with our support they can get started and make a real difference.
So Keighley Big Local is based in Keighley in West Yorkshire, which is a town of about 55,000 residents and a very rich industrial past, which is still evident in its vernacular with all of the terraced houses, the canals and the mill buildings within the town and also in the outlying villages.
Before COVID, we were finding people and helping them get started. And obviously, when the pandemic came and the time of the first lockdown, that offered a massive challenge to social entrepreneurs across the whole country. And I think Discover Tai Chi here is somebody who managed to move a lot of their activity online and therefore managed to survive.
Hi, my name's Helen.
Hi, my name's Phil and we're Discover Tai Chi. We're based here in Keighley and we teach Tai Chi for health. In March, we had to close all our classes down on March 16th. In fact, it's a fateful day. And literally we lost our business and revenue overnight. Within 4 days though, we were live streaming from our kitchen and we were reaching out to people with an online newsletter and beginning to just form the basis of what we're doing right now, which is producing online courses and producing live streams for our participants.
At UnLtd, we've seen social entrepreneurs respond in a number of ways that we've been able to classify as the 4 Ps, what we call the 4 Ps. Each P relates to the way that an entrepreneur and an enterprise has had to behave and act and change to survive. The first P is pausing, and some ventures have had to stop just because there wasn't a way of them continuing under the constraints that we were all living with early in the crisis. The next one was to pilot, to try something new, a completely new service, and some of the social entrepreneurs in Keighley got involved in supporting food crisis that some families were experiencing as their incomes dropped and they lost employment. Beyond that, there's organisations who pivoted, and these are organisations that managed to keep doing what they were intending to do or what they were delivering, but looked at different models of delivery, so maybe moving some of their services online or looking at ways to deliver those things remotely. And the final one was Proceed, and that's organisations who just didn't have to stop, but actually looking across the piece, this whole last period in the COVID crisis has been really challenging for most social entrepreneurs.
It was a really kind of traumatic experience. There's no other way of putting it. To literally close your business down, lose that revenue, left us incredibly vulnerable.
When COVID struck, actually, we just put our participants first. One of the initial things we did was get information out to them.
So Helen's volunteering and getting out and speaking to everybody has really influenced the way Discover Tai Chi deliver their activities now in terms of the online presence, but also making sure that they're accessible to all age groups and those people who might not have access to computers and iPads. We're linking up with other services and making sure that they've got the means to actually access what Phil and Helen can offer.
When we closed the revenue down and all the classes, first things we did was create a newsletter for all our participants so that we could keep in touch with them, and we sent that out weekly just to let people know what was happening, because they were feeling the pressure as well.
We knew that a lot of our folks were isolated, so actually one of the first newsletters we sent was all about how for them to contact their local organisations that could provide support.
Our focus has always been on our participants or who we serve. We started thinking about, is Facebook meeting the needs of everyone? Because not everyone was on Facebook. So we then created a YouTube channel and we now live stream to our YouTube channel. So we're reaching out to a wider audience. At the same time, we began thinking about creating a website and learning portal. So We were doing lots of research as well. We were reading articles, we were on online webinars. We took a live streaming course just to learn all the nuts and bolts of live streaming and what's important and actually what's not. We simply picked up our mobile phones, mounted it on a tripod and started live streaming from our kitchen. And we winged it. There's no other way of putting it. We simply said, this is what we're going to do, and if you're on Facebook, join us at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday evening and we'll be there. It's quite surprising that actually you can get away with reasonably cheap camera equipment, and as long as you've got a good broadband connection, you're good to go. So I think for me, that was one of the benefits of live streaming, was that you can actually get going really quite easily and quickly. Through the goodwill of our participants, through UnLtd and Keighley Big Local, being there for us as well, giving us advice, helping us apply for some very much needed grant money. We're still here, we're still in the game, and actually we're looking to be moving forward now and not just surviving but thriving as well.